Good evening, friends. I hope you're all doing well. I'm also fine. Today, I'm going to show you how you can create an IAM user who has a single S3 bucket access. So, what is the scenario? The scenario is that you wanted to create an IAM account for your colleague, one of your colleagues, office employee, and then you wanted to restrict his access to S3 for a very specific bucket, right? So maybe he's an HR and he wants to have access to only the buckets related to HR or the employee CV or whatever it is, right? So let's start and see the scenario, and then let's try to create the access for him. First thing is I'm going to go to S3 bucket, and then let's try to create a bucket here. Let's say we want to create a bucket for our organization, a S3 bucket organization where we will save our CVs, right? So we can say that employee CV, let's say for maybe Python, dev, right? For Python developers. Okay. So we want to keep everything private and then try to, we don't want to do any encryption needed, just bucket key, that's fine with the bucket. So this is the bucket, assume that we will use for storing our CVs. So we got a job application, we get a lot of CVs and we want to store here with this specific Python tabs. So we can upload files here and then add files, let's see, I can add a file here. This is a sample file. I'm just uploading it. Let's assume these are CVs. We have hundreds of CVs here. We wanted to give this CV to our HR so that they can kind of like view it, filter it, and make a short list. Okay, so this is our bucket, but we don't want to give him full access to all other buckets. Maybe there are some important files regarding finance or maybe some other things, very secret document. So we wanted to restrict him only with this bucket and he cannot access to other buckets. So let's create his IAM account. Go to IAM. So let's go to IAM section and then go to users. And then let's try to create a user. Okay. Now the username is, let's say, Shanta HR. Wait, this is her account. Click next, and we wanted to attach policies directly. We don't want to give S3 full access, right? We don't want to give that because then she has access to all of the S3 buckets, which might be bad for the whole organization. So we wanted to create a policy. So I'm going to create a policy, and then that policy will give her access to S3, but only specific to the employee CV bucket. So this is a JSON, and we don't know JSON. So what we're going to do, we're going to use AWS S3 policy generator. So AWS created a very nice interface where you can generate the JSON. You don't have to memorize anything. You can do it from drag and drop, whatever it is. So you can easily create the policy. So from the start, let's choose the type. So policy type is IAM policy. Remember, this is IAM policy, not S3 bucket policy. I'm going to create IAM user who has the access. Okay, then from this list, choose S3. And then here, let's first add the rule for the specific bucket access. So we wanted to give this bucket, the bucket ARN, copy the bucket ARN, paste it here, and then slash with star. So this is one step. That means any file, she is allowed to do any actions inside this bucket. Okay. Then the next thing is we want to also give her a bucket list view. So she can actually log into the console and go to the S3, and then from that list, she can choose it. This is optional because maybe you can give her a direct link to this. That is also fine. And then she can directly open that. But maybe if she is not that technical and then she's going to the S3 home, then she will see that she doesn't have enough access, and then she will come back to you again for requiring more access. So let's give her a list view access so that she can see all the buckets, but she cannot read anything. She can see the buckets, and then go to the detail of the bucket. So for that purpose, let's click here and then go down, 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 and then it should be list all my buckets. This is the permission. So that's it. And then we can choose here star. And she can now view, right? She can view all of my buckets. This is an optional. Maybe sometimes you don't need that, but if you need, you can use this as a way. So let's generate the policy and then copy that. And then we can just paste it here. Exact same, don't need to do anything. Click next. I'm giving it policy name. So access CV bucket policy. I'm just going to add Python because maybe something else. We're not going to add Python access Python CV bucket policy. Okay, fine. Click create. So the policy is being created. That's good. Do the policy. Yes, the policy that is being created. And then here from this list, refresh because the new policy should be available at this moment. And here, access Python CV. So this is the top. Choose it. If it's not in the top, you can search here. But coincident that it starts with A and it's on the top. So let's click next and then create the user, right? Let's go to the details of the user. Click on the, as you can see, the policy is attached with the user. Expand the policy. You can see two things here. That's good. If you wanted to edit, click edit button. Then it will send you to the edit view. Okay, let's give this user console access because I haven't given any console access. Now I'm going to give her a console access. So enable console access and auto generate the password. So enable console access. And this is her access. You can download this CV and then send it to her. And as I am here the actual employee, so I will open these credentials in a new browser. So I can keep this access to this browser. I will open a different browser. Let's go to a different browser here. I am in this screen, and then I'm going to use username, Shanta HR, and then I'm going to copy the password, use it. Sign in. Okay, I don't want to save it. It's a temporary. Okay, now I logged in as the new user. Fine, I go to the S3 and I see all the buckets, right? And then let's go to details of any of the bucket. Like this is another bucket. She's doesn't have any access here. So this what she will see, insufficient permissions. So she cannot see it. That's good. Now let's put the bucket that we wanted to have. That is the employee CV Python. And here, oh, yes, still also she don't see it. Maybe then I need to add another policy. Sorry. Oh, my mistake. Probably I have to add one more policy here. S3 all actions and then this one. So with star and also only the bucket. That is also good. I can just copy this section and click on the edit. Just add that additional rule. Save changes. Okay, now refresh. Should be okay now. Yeah, here it is. Okay, good. So we can see that bucket, and you can see the CVs, whatever it is, all those things. We have read, write, full permissions, and we can view the all other buckets, but we cannot do anything to those buckets. That's good. So these buckets are kind of secret to us, and this is only the bucket that we have access. So that's good. Let's try to view it. If we delete some of the permissions here, like close it, permissions. Let's try to remove the permission here, and then let's see. The user views it, and maybe it's cached. Yeah, we don't have enough permission to use these buckets. So that's it for today. I hope this will help you to generate granular permissions on S3 so that you can give the permission that is only needed for the IAM user to access the features of AWS. So this is an example, but you can apply it for other purposes like EC2. You can create a user who has only EC2 access for a particular EC2 instance. Maybe a Lambda functions, right? Maybe SNS, ACS, whatever it is. You can give granular access using IAM policy generator. I hope this helps you to get some more knowledge on AWS IAM and also how permission system works on AWS. So that's it for today. If you like this video, please share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.